up this crowd, or if he gets to shut up this crowd. We're about to find out, because kickoff is happening in front of our very eyes. It's going to be LevideWeerd kicking from left to right, AboMakkah from right to left in the white strip. And this crowd will be waiting with bated breath for the first goal and which way it's going to be heading here in this game.
Absolutely. I was able to take a little glance at AboMakkah's squad and the personnel selection. We're seeing the first time on the main stage Johan Cruyff being used, Eder Militao as well. He's starting with Frimpong, Vitinha as well in midfield. It just goes to show the depth of options you're able to select from for genuinely every single position in the game.
So many choices, and maybe one of them first on the team sheet. And actually, he plays it across, and the first goal goes to LevideWeerd. And that is one way to silence the crowd. But there is no reaction from Levy. It is focus, it is business, it is making sure he gets this job done.
Yeah, it's everything Levy would have dreamed to start off in this game. It's exactly what he done against Johnny. Going through early on, a pass across the goal there for an easy finish. We take a look at the replay. Again, just space just opened up. A simple through ball to R9. The pass across goal there. There's not much AboMakkah could have done to stop that going in when there's no goalkeeper and an open net to finish. And Levy starting this game perfectly well, but I can still hear the crowd chanting for AboMakkah there.
I mean, the crowd's still not being silenced, and they make sure their voices are heard as they still support AboMakkah here in this game. But LevideWeerd, I will wonder what happens if he was to win. Would he then react to the crowd? As elsewhere, a replay coming in as Johnny takes the lead against Mark. And maybe that can be him getting back on track, because remember, Johnny has lost 2 already so far and desperately needs some points in this group. As now, here comes AboMakkah with a chance. Frimpong on the left-hand side, players in the middle, but he's still going forward, and it's a good tackle from LevideWeerd to hold on.
Great tackle. I was sort of looking at the back post there. I saw Haaland marauding into the box. I thought maybe he could look to try and dink it to the back post. Went direct to Frimpong. Couldn't get the success in the area that he wanted. And we saw there Johnny up against Mark. There's also Jafonzo up against Young. So we'll definitely have somebody at 9 points, or on 9 points at the end of the day here.
Could be something for Mbappe. Still has the ball, dinks one in. Haaland's there. He's always winning those, and it's 2 for LevideWeerd. And Team Liquid will find the second. And it's again just focus. It's a drink of water, and it is head in the game.
I didn't get to finish the matches. We've still got this Emre versus well, but this is 2-0 in this game. Haaland, I think it was Haaland up against Haaland in that situation. Again, when the replay comes in, it's a lot easier to dissect, but I would expect AboMakkah's Haaland was running back and in motion. You'd expect to get more trajectory to run and jump. I think if you're aiming the header the opposite way, you're less likely to win the header, if that makes sense. It's so hard to explain, but when you're playing, the coach always told me to head the way I'm facing when defending. And I think AboMakkah may have just aimed a different way, but I'd still expect my defender to, well, Haaland in that situation, to win the header. But Levy does well. Manual headers, of course, so you have to angle it and aim it perfectly to get into the bottom corner there.
Difficult to explain, but you explained it perfectly. That's why you're here, Ryan, as we will look at replays as Mark tries to battle his way back into the game, and it's a deflection that goes his way, and it is all going to be tied up between Johnny and Mark in that matchup. Remember, there are 3 other matches happening at the moment as Frimpong tries to play a ball in. AboMakkah can't get on the end of it, though. Haaland just not able to find that direct header that he would have wanted. A chance now for Levy to build from the back once more. And even though, you know, Levy has a 2-0 lead here, as speaking of 2-0 leads, Jafonzo's back at it again. Remember, that's a matchup of 2 players who are on 6 points right now, so Jafonzo will go home today as the leader of this group if he is to carry on in this way.
Jafonzo's absolutely flying.
Could AboMakkah send these fans flying in the audience? Saka plays it out left. Here's Frimpong. Has the chance to play it back to Mbappe, and there we go, there we have it. The crowd get what they wanted as AboMakkah gets his first back into this game.
It's a well-worked goal there. Again, just having Haaland at the back post forces your opponent to think about who are they defending, who are they prioritizing. In the box there, play to Mbappe, finesse shot into the far corner, and it looks easy, but it's well calculated and well planned out there from AboMakkah.
Well, the fans delighted with that one, quite rightfully so, but still a job to do here for AboMakkah. But most importantly, he's on the board and is not allowing LevideWeerd to run away with this one. As we look back at the replay here, I mean, it was great, just passing move here, Ryan. Yeah,
it really was. It's just a ball roll inside to get the angle for the pass. Mbappe, again, it's just the play style plus is just perfect for it, for those situations, those angles to get the goal there back into this game. And the support there from the crowd. It sort of pins me back to the last chance qualifier a few days ago. Abu Fawzi made it to the last stage. He finished third. He was so close to making it to this tournament. Hold on there. There's a replay, and it's in the game between Emre Yilmaz and Web Nasri. 25 minutes in, Web Nasri 1-0 up. Could we be seeing an upset there, and Web Nasri potentially getting points on the board the first time today? A dinked ball into the box there.
Was a chance, might be a corner here, and will be a corner. So Levy, can he find the head of Erling Haaland? Yes, he can, but great save. As Czech just puts this one out, but it is going to be back-to-back corners. Taken very fast, and too fast for AboMakkah to find any defender to stop it. And LevideWeerd regains his 2-goal advantage.
It's so quick, the way he takes the corner. He's already basically powering the ball up when there's a little cutscene there. So you can't, if you move the goalkeeper out, you're not going to be able to get enough speed to get close enough to Haaland there. The ball's whipped in, he's moved Haaland to the near post. And once you bring him out, knowing he's not going to get there, again, it's a goal. You just know what's going to happen as AboMakkah. You sort of just close your eyes and just pray that your opponent has sort of aimed it or maybe overpowered it a little bit. But other than that, there's not much you can really do as Levy restores his 2-goal lead here.
Quite the response from Levy.
I was just
the speed of which from these corners as well. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just mentioning how in the last chance qualifier, Abu Fawzi was sort of brought on and pushed on when he was losing in games. And Johnny against Mark 11, 2-2 in that game, nothing to separate either player so far.
There's goals flying in every single game right now. And we're not even halfway through the games today.
Yeah.
Plenty more action to arrive on your screens. As now AboMakkah looks to try and find one more. Hullet on the edge will find Saka, but Courtois saves. And that is a massive save to keep Levy 2 goals ahead here.
Absolutely. I thought we were destined to see the second goal for AboMakkah. It was well worked there. The driven pass to Ruud Hullet, playing it into Saka. And you just think the moment he takes it in a stride there and goes towards goal, you think surely he scores.
On control of the ball in the middle of the pitch now for Levy, and he's happy to play it back, recycle the play, and rethink how he wants to plan this attack as Haaland strides forward now with those incredibly long legs. Plays it back into Hullet. Will be one more. A lot of space out on the right. And oh my God!
I screamed. I genuinely screamed.
My Lord! I think Ryan almost just shot himself through the roof. And I tell you what, we both would have been screaming our heads off, as that is an unbelievable attempt.
If that went in, that would have been probably the first time I've seen a goal like that in FC 24, 100%.
We can get a replay just to calm ourselves down, and it was a penalty, and it was between Johnny and Mark, and it is going to be the goal. R9 slots it in for Mark as he takes a 3-2 lead. So Johnny, at the moment, it would be 3 back-to-back losses. He needs to find something else. As you can see, Web Nasri now 2-1 up against Emre Yilmaz. By the way, that would be the biggest upset so far and would really shake up this group and the expectations of who would be going through in this one as well. That would be...
It would change the whole dynamics of the group here, because on paper, Emre Yilmaz would be the clear favourite. For him to lose would be a tough pill for him to swallow.
Frimpong plays it out. Hullet could try and drive it. Saka, one more. Oh, it's beautiful from AboMakkah as he gets his second on the board, as the crowd start to believe once more that he's still in this game.
Yeah, if I'm in the crowd, I'd be on my feet as well. Even if I'm rooting for Levy, that's a sensational goal. Just the build up there, picking the right passes, and the composure, wait for the goalkeeper movement, you put it into the other corner, just sliding it in. It's a simple finish, but it's unbelievable. Just the pass, the triggered run with Vitinha, there's not much you can do there once you commit with the goalkeeper, and you're sort of stationary there, stuck there for LevideWeerd, and AboMakkah is just, it's a perfectly fluid goal there for him to get back into the game.
Well, certainly these games have not disappointed so far today at the Esports World Cup. They've been back and forth, goals flying in everywhere. And for a neutral, it has been beautiful to watch. Maybe it's heart-and-mouth moments for some of the AboMakkah fans, but at least they know there is still hope here in this one. 30 minutes gone, 3-2 in favour of Levy. As Levy tries to win this ball back, but can't wrestle it through. Mbappe now has support in the middle. Hullet's making a run. Haaland with little 1-2. Back again as Saka looks to try and maybe create some space here on the edge. There is a lot of players in the box, but no one really that can maybe be crossed to yet. Hullet plays one in. Haaland on the end of it. Haaland again, but defensively, Levy just holds on.
Couldn't bring it down. That Ruud Hullet, the position he's taking up every single time there for AboMakkah, you can see why he's included in the squad. He's a pivotal player just to recycle possession. You build up on one side, there's no space to break down the defense, and you play it inside a driven pass, and that time, the first time ball over the top wasn't able to be brought down by Haaland.
Well, Mbappe's found Saka here, and AboMakkah and it's all tied up 3-3. Unbelievable scenes here in the Gideon Arena. And somehow, someway, AboMakkah keeps clawing his way back into this one.
You really can't count him out. Again, a well-worked goal, utilising the spaces then, and Levy's slight defensive deficiency. There was just so many bodies forward there in that situation for AboMakkah to try and play a pass. And he just picks the right pass. More often than not, he always seems to do that. It's a very difficult thing because when you're playing and you're so focused in to make the right choices offensively all the time, it's very difficult. Just there, perfect. It's a perfect ball. And the finessing at the near post for Saka to score. I think defensively there, you're thinking, for me, I'll be prioritizing defending the wide player there. I think Saka, I'd expect my defender to step forward, but if you're not controlling them or moving them into the right passing lane, obviously Saka will have the speed to take it in a stride and get in on goal. And it's just very, very smart attacking from AboMakkah.
Well, there's goals elsewhere. And it was Emre versus Web Nasri, and it is Web Nasri again who finds his third goal in the 41st minute there. And there is a big upset on the cards if Emre is not careful. Half-time between Jafonzo and Young. It's a 2-1 lead for Jafonzo as he looks to try and continue his perfect record here at this tournament. In fact, both players trying to continue their perfect record. Now here, how will Levy respond after throwing away a 2-goal lead here? Can he maybe get a goal back just before half-time as Hullet strikes one from distance? Is going to be punched away, but remember, it's a corner. It's quickly taken. It's Haaland, but this time defended well. But Levy maybe rescues this one, does rescue this one, still has possession, but just tries to slow it down a little bit, recycles back towards his defenders, and he says, look, I'm going to try and hit this at a different angle.
Does well there. It's very smart just to not force an attack and force passes forward. You can just keep possession and wait for the spaces to open up for your players to be in the right position.
R9 receives the ball, plays it into Haaland, and what a finish! What a goal, and what a passage of play.
It's unbelievable play from Levy there. Just to pass the touch with Haaland back from where it came is so
smart
smart there. Just to, the keeper sort of shuffles across, and you can just shoot, for, not first time, but take a touch and then shoot to that corner, and it's a beautifully worked goal there. Driven past to R9 Ronaldo. Just a touch there. Konate sort of jockeying and shifting across. The momentum's completely against him. It's just a perfect goal from Levy.
How many players would have just struck it first time there with Haaland, but just knowing that extra touch, that extra second to set yourself apart from the defender, and it puts LevideWeerd ahead here. Very intelligent from LevideWeerd. Just give the crowd hope once more so he can crush it again. Maybe he's just planning that all along. You could have seen there, there's going to be one goal going back in favor of Emre as it's 3-2 between himself and Web Nasri. But we're about at half-time here, but there's a chance for AboMakkah to make this 4-4. It's Saka again, will go for the shot, follow up from Mbappe, and we're tied up yet again here. And what an absolute menace of a match we have in front of us.
Mechanically, we're seeing some of the best plays there. AboMakkah player locking onto Saka. I'm interested to see if that was an automated offside trap from Levy, though, if he manually offside trapped there. I think it was automated because of the depth being so high. But he player locks with Saka. He's in behind here, in on goal. It wasn't perfect because he maybe took it a little bit further. Didn't green time it, but the rebound fell in his favour. And Mbappe with an easy finish. And it's 8 goals so far in this first half. And potentially one last attack here from either of these players. But the ball is in possession of Levy from the kickoff.
Likelihood is Levy will hold on to this one to get the guaranteed attack.
You have to.
A kind of riskless attack.
Yep.
And I mean, with how AboMakkah has been playing and his counter-attack that we know he can certainly provide, you have to play this one safely, and it's certainly what Levy's doing. Now the time is to strike. Now the time is to move forward. As Stones on this left-hand side will just play it short into Haaland, but it's denied by Hullet. And that should be and will be the half-time whistle.
What a half.
4-4, Ryan.
Unbelievable first half between both of these players. We haven't let up. They haven't let up. Just the amount of opportunities both are creating, they're feeding into the atmosphere as well. This game deserves an end-to-end game, and that's exactly what we're getting. Team Falcons, of course, supporting their player in AboMakkah. The fans are firmly believing that AboMakkah can see out this game and get a result here, which will put him on 6 points from a possible 9.
I wouldn't be surprised if Dosseri's somewhere in the middle of that crowd as well, leading this charge. I know what he's like. He actually came up to me in the player lounge and he said, why would you do that to me during Apex Legends, by the way, when Team Falcons finished 2nd place after going 13 games. They were so close to winning that one. Speaking of plays, though. Jafonzo versus Young, 2-2 in that game. And remember, both those players currently undefeated. Someone has to win, so someone is going to go home with 9 points from 9 here today. And it's difficult to separate the two. They both seem to be the informed players.
Yeah, absolutely. It just shows the resilience of Young. They was 2-0 down against Jafonzo, and with the way Jafonzo's been playing, it could have been very easy to sort of just not give up, but be very demoralized, thinking that potentially could be 3, could be 4, could be 5. But to show the strength there and the fortitude to just dig deep and get 2 goals back just shows how strong of a competitor Young is as well.
We're back underway into the second half. If you had a chance to catch your breath after the first, welcome back. Hope you've got a nice refreshing drink just to keep you hydrated. Replay from another game. It's Johnny versus Mark, and it was 3-2 in favor of Mark just before, and now it's going to be 4-2, so things go from bad to worse for Johnny. Back over to our feature game. AboMakkah starting to approach the box. Maybe he could hit it, does not hit it in the end, and Levy now has a chance to play out from the back here.
Yeah, strong goal there from Mark, of course. He's a green machine. He lacks step overs as well. He's very dangerous in offensive areas, and he's posing a huge threat for Johnny. As we said, if Johnny finishes on 0 points from a possible 9, that's a shock. It's a massive, massive shock.
And it might just be enough to get him through at least to that resurrection stage. You mentioned it, 9 points should be enough, we feel, but we're not really sure. As now we see LevideWeerd slowly approaching, slowly starting to build here. Maybe starting to ramp things up with a bit of speed, but as he does, gives the ball away, and AboMakkah is right on his heels. Is going to be trying to speed things up, but slows down yet again. Just a nice switch of play. Can AboMakkah take the lead in this game for the first time? Because the crowd have been erupting at every goal. They were even cheering him on when he was down, but imagine what they will be like if he's able to take the lead here. And it could be through this passage of play as Frimpong receives the ball on the left. Players in the middle. Mbappe is there if he wants to play to him. Cruyff also available, but at the moment, LevideWeerd is pressuring with his defence, but can't hold up, can't hold back as Cruyff gets hold of it again, but the final ball not quite good enough.
The thing I love about watching AboMakkah play is just the fundamentals in the game and in football in general. Just the passing, the movement there, it is so well worked a lot of the time, and that's a live score between Mark and Johnny. I'm going to call him John for a second.
First name basis.
Yeah.
Good mates.
Yeah. 5-3 down for Johnny in that game. As I said, a huge victory that will be if Mark's able to see out. There's a replay as well coming in favour of Emre Yilmaz. He was 3-1 down, made it 3-2 just before half-time, and he's just made it 3-3 here. The speed boost again.
Oh, my goodness.
It's unbelievable from Emre. Hold on.
Hold on. Oh, it was a chance, and Levy knew it. But he's now going to have to switch over very quickly to defense mode here. But AboMakkah goes for the switch. That's better, though, from Levy. He almost expects it, and he's got a player in position. But just a touch on Emre. I mean, it's vintage Emre Yilmaz at this point. You almost expect to see goals like that as the ball is lofted over to Erling Haaland. Can he get hold of it? Could be a corner, will be a corner. Danger time for LevideWeerd. How does he defend this one? Can you stop Haaland? Yes, he can, as Hullet now holds on to the ball.
Yeah, that little nudge there from Konate in the box was enough to sort of push Haaland further away from potentially winning that header in the air.
Big switch yet again. LevideWeerd now. Can he break through AboMakkah's defence? He's done it so many times to take the lead, but this time he's denied, does rescue things back. AboMakkah might be a bit frustrated with that one. Just quickly tried to play the ball and gives it away, and now gives another chance to Levy to try and find a goal here. Ball still up for contest, but it is going to be AboMakkah winning it.
Yep, it was, and it was good play in the air. Just a player look and try and move a player out of, or move a player in position to potentially try and intercept the ball whilst it's in the air, allowing the AI to sort of contest it and allow you to mark a passing lane. AboMakkah on the attack again. He loves to switch there to Frimpong.
But what can you do for it from here? So well and good getting to these positions, but you need to find someone else with a little bit more space. Cruyff into Haaland. It's very quick passing. Mbappe! But Courtois with a big save, but it is not over yet. Still have to be switched on. From the corner, AboMakkah looking for Haaland, finds him, but not quite enough of a head onto it. Still not done yet, though. Still progressing forward. Saka dancing, twisting, turning on the edge, finds Konate. Looking to try and find something else. Maybe someone can shoot from distance. Saka plays it into Haaland, back to Saka again on the left, switches it to the right. Still not shooting, still going forward, and still hoping he can break through this defense, but Levy is holding strong.
Yep, good defending from him. Still
dangerous. Haaland twists onto it, but now finally Levy rescues the ball.
Yep, it was very patient there from AboMakkah, trying to find the space, but as you said, Levy patiently as well just sort of jockeying, not committing forward or stepping to try and intercept the ball or make a tackle, and deservedly retrieves possession there.
Elsewhere has been a goal between Jafonzo and Young to break this deadlock.
Peter
and it
Crouch.
is Mbappe. Oh, great save, but Peter Crouch, of all people. By the way, that Peter Crouch item is insane. I've been able, luckily enough, to play it here in Riyadh because I started a new RTG, thought I'd try it out. And he is unbelievable. He's just one of those players that can win the ball in the air, but I wouldn't be expecting a goal like that from him.
Yeah, of course. And to utilize Peter Crouch, obviously the ball would be in the air, and I think that's where a lot of players would use him. First time we've seen him, though, in action, and
a very cheap SBC, may I add. Very easy to obtain, similar to a lot of these players now at this time of the game in its life cycle, before we, of course, move to FC 25. I mean, it's just around the corner now, it feels like. It's always the most exciting time of the year when FC 25 is going to come out and everyone gets to play. Now, there has been a goal again, and it is going in favor of Mark to make it 6-3. So it looks like Johnny might be going home with 0 points after today, which means tomorrow he will really have to dig deep if he wants to stay alive in this competition. As now we're back into our feature game. It's again the big switch over towards Frimpong. Can't beat Frimpong, though.
Yep, exactly. Manages to defend well, Levy, in that situation. But for Johnny tomorrow, backs against the wall from minute 1. 0 points from a possible 9 puts you at the bottom of the group. And it's a tough pill for him to swallow, because I'm sure he'd have a lot of expectation thinking that he could potentially go the distance, top the group, let alone or make it through at least. To be even in the resurrection stage, in my opinion, I think he has to win all 3 to confirm that. And it's not going to be easy going by the record today.
Well, can Levy find a goal? Neymar, who's also a crowd favourite. Cruyff now wins the ball back. And we are going to see AboMakkah with a chance to attack. 73rd minute. Ticks into the 74th. Saka making the run through the middle, but AboMakkah going to be more than happy just to recycle this one. And this is the time again where things start to get a little bit nerve-wracking for these players. If you make one mistake, if you slip up and allow your opponent to get into the game, it could be the goal that sends them to victory here as Mbappe to the byline. Mbappe gets it into Haaland, and AboMakkah takes the lead for the first time here today. And the crowd quite rightfully erupts. And now LevideWeerd is going to have to bounce back and battle back, not only against AboMakkah, but this crowd as well.
The crowd firmly behind AboMakkah. The ball was in the air when it floats, and it almost feels like time stops. And Haaland's in the air, back post, you sort of see who he's up against, but it usually doesn't matter. I always favour Haaland in the air against pretty much anybody on this game, unless they're taller in game. And in that situation, Haaland, back post, it was a tight angle, and you have to give credit to AboMakkah to aim that perfectly to the opposite side. But the aerial plus dominance at the back post, and Erling Haaland gifts AboMakkah the 5-4 lead in this game. Second half has been quite tame compared to the first, but there's still goals to be had in this game. In my opinion, I think we'll see a few more. Could
explode now, because LevideWeerd is going to have to go at AboMakkah here. I know the answer. Peter Crouch is centre-back.
Yeah.
You said the only person taller, and I think there's not really many, and Peter Crouch is certainly one of them. 2-meter Peter coming into the equation, perhaps, but the crowd now have a reason to be dancing, because AboMakkah can taste victory at this point. He is so close, just has to hold on for a short while longer. But that short while is going to feel like an eternity in in-game minutes. 15 in-game minutes for LevideWeerd to try and get back into this one and potentially take us to extra time, depending on how this one goes. Frimpong's matched up very well against Frimpong on that right-hand side. As you can see, the match finished, and Young has been able to take down Jafonzo 4-2. So it's going to be Young going home with 9 points from 9. That is a shock result, but also Young might just be the player to beat in this group, it would seem. As Frimpong plays one into Saka, LevideWeerd had the chance, but the pass just not quite good enough.
Yeah, not quite good enough. Young, though, someone that's been on the top of his game this tournament. 9 points from a possible 9, winning 3 games in a row. That puts him, in my opinion, a guarantee at least to be in the resurrection stage. So maybe that could alleviate the pressure. Maybe it might help him perform even better going into day 2 as well. But Young, #1 in Group A. It's an incredible accomplishment, incredible performances so far as well.
10 minutes left, and what does LevideWeerd have left here? Is there another gear he can shift into? And he just keeps going, but Militao will block. but it does go out for a corner. Quickly taken, looking for the... Yeah, oh, it's so close!
Oh,
and
rebound.
the second chance! It's not quite there. And AboMakkah holds on, but LevideWeerd still pressuring. Weghorst now on the pitch. Does try and find him. Knocks it down, but Hully recovers.
That's a huge win there in the air from Konate, I believe it was. That's a massive, massive win against Weghorst.
Messi now, though, will play it through. And his Stones, again, leading the charge. You never know who's going to be up there, but we've already seen what Stones can do today. Is now Weghorst stretching his legs. Players are in the middle. You can see the player lock just to try and distract him then as he continues to march forward, continues to get closer to the goal here. Plays it back, and oh, what a save as Czech keeps things alive. From the corner, though, still danger, but it is defended well, and now AboMakkah just needs to slow this one down.
He has to. He's got 5 minutes plus added time to see out this game. But he knows Levy's going to be pushing forward. There'll be an onslaught from Levy. He's going to go gung-ho and throw everything at this to try and get back into the game, to try and force at least extra time in this. And AboMakkah could be in on goal here.
It's going to open up gaps, and here is a gap that Messi's been able to find. Players are in the middle of the box, does find the first one. Havertz, oh, it's no further than Huller. And now the counter is available for Levy here. LevideWeerd in a 4 versus 4. Neymar on the ball, plenty of space on that right-hand side. Does he try and go for Haaland? But instead, it's to Weghorst, but he can't beat Konate.
It just seemed like R9 would have been the choice there. Maybe he didn't trust the pass to work perfectly there. But he can get down the line, surely not. Konate wins possession again. LevideWeerd, potentially one last calculated attack.
R9 into the back post. Here's Stones, and a chance! LevideWeerd finds a 5th! And he may just have sent us into extra time, and it's Stones again, who's able to get the job done in the box.
John Stones there, the bounces fell in his favour. Who else? We saw his teammate Emre Yilmaz score a goal with him in the box. And it's LevideWeerd to score last minute. You could argue AboMakkah, before playing the ball down the line there, he was looking for Mbappe. It was slightly optimistic. Maybe he could have taken a touch and waited or player locked for Mbappe to get into space, but it was Konate to retrieve possession and give Levy one last chance to build a great attack. And that ball over the top to John Stones was sensational. That's what gave him the momentum to run him behind there.
Well, the match finished between Mark and Johnny, 8-4 in the end. What a game that was, but sadly that means Johnny 0 points from 9, and he's going to have to go back to the drawing board going into tomorrow's matches here. But for LevideWeerd, it looks like he may have taken us to extra time in less. One last chance here for AboMakkah. Plays it forward to Saka. Will find him. Player still running, but instead opts to go towards the middle. Now he goes out wide to Havertz. And now there are players in the box as well, and Havertz is still going forward. Here's Saka. LevideWeerd starting to maybe feel the pressure here. Plays one more to Messi. Oh, but there's no one there.
Gosh.
You'd think maybe Haaland would have got the end of it, but it is looking like we will be heading to extra time. The referee will blow the full whistle. The final whistle of full time, excuse me. And what an absolute match we've had here for our third of the day. AboMakkah 5, LevideWeerd 5.
An unbelievable game. I felt there, Levy was, you could tell he was nervous with the way he was defending. He was sort of trying to be aggressive and cut the lanes back when obviously the time ticked over, 2 minutes added on. If AboMakkah goes back, the whistle will blow. But I think Levy was just scared. That's the most nervous I've probably seen Levy ever defending in the last moments. AboMakkah was very close to potentially getting the winner there last minute.
Well, 30 more in-game minutes to try and find a victory then for one of these competitors. And as a reminder, they are both tied up 5-5, and they are 1-1 in games today. So one of them will walk away with 6 points after today's competition, and the other will only be on 3. And if you are only on 3 points, you're in that danger zone for not just elimination, but of course just in and around that resurrection zone. As match finished, Web Nasri 6, Emre Yilmaz 4. Reactions, Ryan?
I'll be honest, I'm pretty lost for words. That's not to discredit Web Nasri, sorry. But Emre Yilmaz, he usually comes out on top in games where you'd say he's the clear favourite. That's a massive, massive upset. And it will give Web Nasri a huge boost of confidence, because if he's able to beat... Hold on.
Here's R9.
Oh, good
Great
defending.
challenge.
If he's able to beat someone with the likes and ability of Emre Yilmaz, what's stopping Web Nasri tomorrow going on and pushing forward and fighting for those spots potentially into day 3?
I mean, on paper, Web Nasri may be expected to be at the bottom of the group, if I'm completely honest, but it was something we touched upon earlier. When it comes to LAN experience, Web Nasri,
of course,
he's right up there. He knows how to play at these competitions, and he has pulled off an upset. Now, back to our feature game. Mbappe denied by Frimpong as Levy looks to try and launch a counter-attack here. Weghorst, the one leading the charge. No Haaland on the pitch now because Weghorst is going to be his replacement. He's going to be the big man, the target that you're going to be looking for from those corners and from those over-the-top through balls. Neymar also going to be very tricky to try and handle defensively as Frimpong attacking this right-hand side will give the ball away. And actually, he's going to get a second chance here. Maybe quite fortunate here, LevideWeerd. Can you make it count? Plays it back, but this one's gone wayward.
Yeah, he done very, very well there, just a twist and turn with Frimpong. The pass wasn't perfect, didn't find the desired player. The press there is insane from Levy.
Oh, there's space. He up to go right. And Neymar, there was so much space on that left-hand side for R9. But he maybe just tried to go for something a little bit different, be unpredictable, and try and find the second pass.
Yeah, it didn't work out for him in that situation. Again, look at the press and how high up Levy is trying to squeeze AboMakkah, but of course that would leave space. And here we go, Havertz.
A lot of space. Players darting into the middle of the box. A bit of goalkeeper movement, just in case anyone was going to be heading towards that goal. And instead, AboMakkah goes out. And it's going to be Hull that strikes. But it should just go out safely for a corner. This one taken quickly. Does Haaland beat the keeper? Oh! It's the edge of the netting.
He aimed it just the wrong side of the post there. Thought, again, when the keeper comes out and doesn't get it, I always just, it's a goal. At this level, I think most players will aim it perfectly. And AboMakkah, we saw him aim a header from a slightly tighter angle with Haaland earlier, but this time didn't work in his favour.
A few minutes left in this first half of extra time. Remember, if we do not find a victor after extra time, we'd be getting our first penalty shootout of the tournament. And imagine that with the crowd that we have in the Gidea Arena. Now Stones playing it from the back, and it is AboMakkah just holding on to this ball and waiting for the final attack. A big switch of play, a successful one as well to Havertz. King Kai, what can you do? Plays it through, and AboMakkah, a chance maybe with Kylian Mbappe into Saka. One more! Lionel Messi puts AboMakkah ahead as we're just about to go into halftime of extra time, and the fans erupt once more.
The extra pass there was perfect to Messi. It's well worked with Havertz, just playing it back inside the box there. Again, I have to emphasize, that first time pass there to Messi is perfect. That's what separates sort of the good players to the elite level players, as AboMakkah is. We see a replay of it in all its glory. Mbappe over the top. Oh, just that pass from Saka there is sensational. It sets him up perfectly in the box, and there's not much you can do defensively there when you're carved open like that. And AboMakkah scores another fantastic goal in this game. Perfect time as well, because Levy has no time to respond.
The vision to see Messi making that run, but also the reaction time to play that pass. As you mentioned, I would have seen so many players, like average players, just take a shot there with Saka, because, again, you're in extra time. It's the final attack before you go into halftime. Maybe you start to feel a little bit antsy, but AboMakkah keeps his composure and shows his brilliance in that moment. And he again finds himself ahead as LevideWeerd blocks out the noise, and he locks back in for another 15 minutes of FC here. And this is worrying times for Levy, because there's only going to be a few more attacks that he has to get back into this game.
Exactly. Extra time in previous years with 6-minute halves, it sort of flew by, just a click of a finger. You mainly had maybe one attack, one or two, if your opponent decided to try and keep possession. And this one, I think if he's calculated and methodical, I think he could maybe carve up maybe 2 good chances. But who's to say AboMakkah doesn't do the same and score one of his? It's very difficult for Levy to try and sort of plan out this second half of extra time, because do you go constant press straight away? It's just so many decisions you have to make.
Well, one more goal could really put this game to bed from AboMakkah and probably blow the roof off of the Gidea Arena. But LevideWeerd has a chance to answer back potentially, as AboMakkah at the moment just holding on to this ball, taking his time and eating away at that clock, as now he starts to march forward. Haaland striding on that right-hand side, does not find him, and LevideWeerd rescues it, has the chance to counter. Stones approaching the left, maybe just have a shot with Stones based on what I've seen so far today, and he is absolutely making mincemeat of his opponents, as now he sends it forward. Here's Frimpong. Anyone else can help him. It is going to be Neymar into Weghorst. Oh, it's a big save from Czech.
That was incredibly well worked there from Levy. A quick corner again.
Maybe Weghorst. No, this one's denied. Konate heads it out towards Havertz, and Havertz has been able to get out of dodge here, and is going to continue to march forward and continue to progress in a way that is difficult for Levy. And you know, Levy desperately just wants to win the ball back here. but he can't commit. He can't overly commit here because then that would just open up a huge gap at the back.
Oh, wow.
But he does win the ball back here.
Yeah, that's a careless pass there from AboMakkah, and another one there. Unfortunately for Levy, he's just passed the ball straight out for a throw-on in favor of AboMakkah. We've got 9 minutes also left in this game. 9 minutes, in my opinion, is way too long to try and keep possession. He has to sort of try and go forward, maybe be a bit risk-averse.
Well, this is going forward. This is Messi. He scored the 6th. Can he be the assister for the 7th to put this game finally to rest? Kylian Mbappe playing it safe, playing it back, recycling. And again, it is more time management here from AboMakkah, but that is going to open up things for LevideWeerd.
Yeah, this is what I mean in terms of being risk-averse. You can still keep possession in offensive areas. You can still go forward. Maybe I've just completely jinxed him there. I think I have. Commentator's curse.
Honestly, the caster curse from you has been ridiculous so far today.
I was just about to say, you can keep possession high up and maybe down the wings. If you lose possession on the byline, it goes up for your own corner or a throw-in. The clock dies down a little bit, but Levy's got time to attack.
Neymar out to Frimpong, back into Saka. There is players in the middle. It is going to be De Bruyne. One more to Weghorst. He's going to be a bit clunky on the ball, but does get it back to R9, into De Bruyne again. It's back and forth. It's 1-2. It's Saka, hits it from distance, but it's a good save from Czech. Still, though, danger from this corner. Can Weghorst get on the end of it? It's deep and maybe a little bit too deep.
Do you know what's messed up Levy in that situation there? He's so used to taking the corner quickly. I don't think he expected Bukayo Saka to be the one taking the corners in that situation for him. It's caught him off guard completely. He swung it way too far out, thinking it was a right-footed player.
Well, that just might open things up for this game to be finished off. There's players in the middle as well, but Messi shoots, and Courtois punches it away. AboMakkah inches away from winning this game, but now it's about just slowing things down. Does he just play this one short? That's my biggest question from this corner.
Absolutely. I think you have to. You can see there's no pause. No pauses available for Levy. You just killed the clock here. Every second counts.
Oh, he keeps switching the players, doing everything he can to gain more time in his favor. And it will be played short. Haaland on the ball. The big man. Can you take the ball off him? Doesn't matter. He's going to give the ball back to Saka, and you keep going back. You keep holding on. Levy, maybe one more opportunity to try and win this ball back, which he does. How much extra time do we have on extra time? 1 minute of added on time. One last push.
Surprised AboMakkah didn't go back there. I'm so surprised. Hold on, he could be punished.
Will he be punished for it? Frimpong stretching his legs. A chance though for the slide, but Kai Havertz does not do it, and Frimpong now has players with him. Neymar.
Can't pass back.
How does he approach this? Has to go forward, and it's offside. And that might just kill it. It will kill it. AboMakkah will be the victor here in this matchup against LevideWeerd. In front of the home crowd here in the Gidea Arena. 6-5 after extra time, as the Team Falcon scarves are held up high.
It's a massive, massive victory. The game lived up to expectations. Goals galore between AboMakkah and LevideWeerd, and of course, AboMakkah ends the day on 6 points.